Góðan daginn. Welcome to my podcast, the Project Pile. I literally just forgot the name of it. So yeah, hello. My name is Gulde. I'm an Icelander. I live in Iceland. This is my podcast called the Project Pile because I have projects and they are on piles. And I keep piling up on it because there's always something more to make. This is so I mostly talk about yarn, about knitting, crocheting, anything yarn related, like fiber related, anything I'm learning about, like yarns and all that fun stuff. I talk about the things that I am working on, the things that I do manage to finish, when I do manage to finish them, and things that I'm planning to make or dreaming about making, or thoughts and ideas in regards to that. Lord knows I always have ideas, but making the things, it's just life. I also talk a fair bit about the weather because weather is interesting. And for the past, since, how long it's been, like past 6 weeks or so, I think, I can't quite remember. I've been talking a little bit about the eruption here in Iceland. There's a volcanic eruption. What is it, like an hour or two outside of Reykjavik? It's on the Reykjanesið. Like, okay, listen, about the eruption, it's what you would call a soft eruption. Like, it is, I mean, obviously, we are talking about the planet Earth. Planet Earth is, we love her. She is, the planet that we live on, and the only planet that we are currently inhabiting, and in our lifetime will be inhabiting. She does give us life, and she does give us so many things, but she's not the softest planet in the universe. We all know how our planet, where am I going with this? In terms of volcanic eruptions, this is a soft eruption. But still, it's an eruption. It is, magma and heat and gas is escaping from the center of the planet and popping up to the surface, where it is not a very good idea to be much around, usually. So, again, all eruptions are dangerous in the grand scheme of things, and if you would like scale things up, this eruption, the Gillingadali eruption, is soft. So, and on a happy note, because of the weather has not been very nice on that part of Iceland, they actually closed access to the eruption zone because weather is bad. You are not going over there. Thank you. Just no. So happy. Literally the only way you can keep people away from the eruption, like the fissures and the all the soft thing just from the area, weather. We literally need a storm in the area for people to just stay away. But happy notes. There have been no accidents. There have been no one has had to be hospitalized. I mean, they had to close, like I said, because of the weather. Because common sense, please, thank you. And all things considered, yes, there's an eruption, but so far it hasn't had like serious consequences, which is honestly all that you can wish for. Like, cool. Also, I am definitely gonna link the Ulf stream down below because they have their own YouTube channel and they are streaming like live from the eruption. They had to cut the stream like I think twice this week because of weather, because of instances and things and instances, blah blah blah. I don't know why, but like, if someone had told me 20 years ago that I would be literally sitting either in front of my computer or in my living room, because they also stream it on their secondary channel, you know, on the TV. If someone had told me 20 years ago that I would be watching a direct stream of volcanic eruption, you know, just drinking my tea in my living room, watching this honestly, really, really beautiful eruption live on television, like, would I have believed them? Probably not. But this is 2021. We are watching a live stream of volcanic eruption from our living rooms. That's so cool. So yeah, that is so cool. Oh. Anyway, so that's my you know, volcano geekiness this week. It's really cool. I'm gonna link. That's it. I'm gonna link the stream down below because, listen, as soon as it does start getting dark and you just see, there are what 4 or 5 craters right now, and there are like fissures in between them. And when it gets dark, you just see this red glowing gold. Like, just, it's so, the colors are so pretty, and it's just, it is dark, and then you just have the glow of this fire that just is the fuel that just runs our planet, that our planet runs on, that keeps our planet alive. This is the living blood of our planet, and it is so pretty. Okay, geeking over. Well, geeking over. Haha. I'm gonna stop geeking over the eruption right now and start geeking over knitting, because I managed to knit this week. Yes. So for the past, like, I think like 2 or 3 weeks, I've been a bit in a funk. Last week, a week before that, justifiable because my mother had to be hospitalized, like nothing serious, but she was on antibiotics, and they, you know, little tablets that, you know, in her case makes her drowsy. Like, she doesn't get sick from them, but she gets really drowsy and tired, and, you know, I don't want to make light of it, but that's it. But they weren't quite doing what they needed to do, so the doctors decided to take her into the hospital and give her antibiotics straight in the vein. Thankfully, the type of antibiotics that they were giving her was a type that meshed well with her, so she didn't get sick from that either. But still, that's like what, 3 or 4, I think, like this size bags a day for what, 4 days. That's a lot. So she's been rather tired, and that's it. Like, she's tired, but she's not sick. That's like, thank you. So yeah, that's it. She's good. She's like just lively and just chatty and awake. She's feeling so much better. So happy there. So yes, I managed to get myself out of the funk, and all thanks to the wish shawl. The shawl that I've been working on for quite a while. It's one of these long-term projects that's just like, it's handy because I can place it down and continue working on another long-term project, and then when my brain starts going like, you know, flippity floppy like it's been for the past week, this is one of the projects that I can always reach back to and just work on, and it just helps me get out of my funk. So but I do have mixed feelings. I'll get into that in a little bit, but look. So I managed to finish from about here up to here, so quite a bit. I'm so happy with it. I've got this much left of the current ball, so I have 3 balls left, so I'm about 2/5 done with this shawl, and I love these colors. Also, I'm really loving the little knitting pandas that are sitting on the end of the knitting needle. Did have a bit of a heart attack when I decided to reach for the shawl again, because it was sitting at the bottom of the basket. Oh, you're looking away. It was sitting at the bottom of the basket that's right by my computer. So I reached down to get it. I did manage to get it, only to realize that one of the pandas was missing, and there were stitches that had decided to go yeet themselves off the end. Thankfully though, not on this end with the thread, it was on this end, so there wasn't any thread to pull them, you know, downwards and be a bigger headache. So it was a bit of a heart attack, but I did manage to get them on straight away. So, you know, and one of the pandas had been pulled off because of the knitting books that I also keep in the basket so I can remember what I'm doing. So the books yeeted my panda off my knitting needle. But I do say that this shawl is a bit cursed. Not because of the pattern or because of the yarn or because of, you know, disappearing pandas. Oh, look at it. I'm loving this yarn. Like, seriously, this yarn. No, I said it before and say it again. I got this yarn off Wish. It's a rainbow line from Smile. I will keep singing this song. If you are able to find this yarn anywhere, get it. Get it. I love this yarn. It's nice and soft. It's so easy to work with, and I like it. But again, this shawl is cursed for the very simple reason that every single time that I pick it up to start working on it again, you know what happens? I mean, I make progress. I do manage to make some progress. Every single time I get, and I don't know if it's the shawl itself or if it's the yarn, so I don't know which one is honestly cursed. Is it the shawl or is it the yarn? Because every single time I go to Ice Yarns to check out what the yarn, what yarn they have, and every single time I make an order from Ice Yarns, not you know, Ice Yarns, that they are a Turkish company and they make just my favorite yarns. Just, I love Ice Yarns. Can someone explain to me how working with yarn from China, this wonderful yarn, like, I love it. I think it's from China. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It doesn't say made in China. Anyway, so in any case, I got this yarn off of Wish, which is based in China, and I'm pretty certain it's Chinese, so made in China, because China is also, it is the second I think I have this correct. It is the second biggest producer of yarn in the world. So can someone please explain to me how working with yarn made from the second biggest producer prompts me to go over to the biggest producer, i.e. Turkey, and buy from them? Well, I mean, yes, I can understand why ice yarn is my favorite, because I like shopping from ice yarns. I love, as soon as I learned how to navigate the site, I love it. I mean, how many haul videos do I have? How many? I think it's like 11, 12. I mean, I placed like, I think this is like my 14th or 15th order. I mean, that's not a lot compared to some other people, but like, I think that pretty much every time I made a haul video, because listen, when I get a lot of yarn, I want to share the joy. I want to share with people who appreciate it, because I personally love going on YouTube. Like some days, like I may be in a bit of a funk, then I go to YouTube and I look up yarn haul videos, and I love watching someone just get excited about the yarn that they are getting, because I get excited when I get yarn. Because I have horrible memory and I can never remember exactly what it is that I got, so it's always like just happy. And so yeah, that's why I often tend. I was talking about a show, now I'm talking about haul videos, but like I make my haul videos because I like sharing with people who know what I'm talking about, who just know what it means to open a box or a bag and just like, what did I get? So yeah, that's my roundabout way of saying yeah that I made another order with ice yarns for yarn that I don't need. But I'm getting it. I also don't have place for it, but I'm getting it. Which is another very good reason for why I should go and tidy up my stash and probably get more. I need more storage containers. I never think this through, but anyway, I'm blaming this shawl because that's convenient. I'm blaming this shawl for my ice yarns order. But like, listen, there's a lot of nice yarns there, and quite a bit on the sale page, because you know, with the sale page, that means a lot of the yarn that you say, a lot of the yarn that I'm getting is still like yarn that I can't get later. So that's my justification. But yes, I just placed the order, so it might be here for next week. We'll see. But still, look at the pretty. I love it. Ah, this yarn. So speaking of ice yarns, though, so this yarn that I got from my last haul, it's been like a month and a half, and it's still just sitting on my bed, like, because I am a smart person, I just ferry it back and forth from my bed to the floor for the night, and then when I make my bed in the morning, I ferry it back on, because it's pretty and I like looking at it. Like, there is something wrong with me. I want my yarn just everywhere. That was my shoulder cracking. But I like my yarn everywhere in my room, so I can just look at it, because it might... Listen, I feel that I have a good taste in yarn, so I love looking at it. But as for this yarn, I don't think this color is available. Maybe it is available. But anyway, it's from their sale page. It's a sale mohair wool blend. It's a mohair wool polyester acrylic blend, and it's this. Well, first off, it's neon, which for some reason I ordered more neon colors, like neon green. I don't know. I didn't used to like neon colors because they used to just, you know, cut into my eye like lasers and just hurt. Like, listen, there's a few years ago, there's like wonderful neon colors, like absolutely gorgeous, like neon clothing that was absolutely trend with the kids, the kids and the teenagers, and it was actually kind of funny. They did manage to love it, but there were two teenage girls, just coming into the store and doing their shopping. I'm on the register, just selling them things, doing my job. One of the girls was wearing this lovely, lovely looking hoodie that was this screaming neon pink color. It was so screaming, it was so neon. I physically couldn't look at her. I couldn't keep my eyes on her. I had to look down because it literally cut into my eyes and just hurt. It hurt me. And I'm like, who? And because, years and years and years ago, I made the decision that I'm just gonna live being who I am and not hide when I want to say something, or as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. Let's preface with that. If it doesn't hurt anyone, then I'm just gonna say it. So if I like what someone is wearing, I tell them. If I like their jewelry, I tell them. If I, like the other day, there's there's a young adult man who is now absolutely in love with like this, the 2020 version of the 90s fashion. The windbreakers, the jacket and the matching pants went with. Like, mind you, the 2020 fabric isn't like crinkly, weird, plasticky polyester type of fabric that it used to be made out of, and super bulky and all that. It's very 90s inspired, but it isn't like with the 90s fabric. Personally, I would say that the modern fabrics are more wearable, but the clothes that he was wearing had this very, very 90s look to it, and I had to comment on it. I had to. I said thank you. Like, legit, I said thank you. And he also, he appreciated it, because who doesn't like being told that their clothes just bring good nostalgic memories and feelings to someone? Like, I told him just, what did I tell him? I told him, yeah, it's when seeing him brought me back very nice, cozy, nostalgic memories and feelings from being on the docks back in my hometown when the new ship arrived, and it was such a festive and just very nice, good feelings related to that and linked to that. So literally just seeing this young adult man wearing clothes that's inspired by the fashions at the time just brought me back like almost 30 years. It's 30 years, guys. It's 30 years. It's 30 years. Lord. So yeah, I told him about that. And he was so happy. It was so nice. So nice. Just isn't it weird sometimes when you just communicate with someone and you tell them you just like the way that they dress? Because getting compliments from other people does bring me joy, so I try to give it back, and in a way that doesn't make it isn't creepy, and it's like, well, at least you're making an effort. Like, I don't like that type of attitude with people. If you're gonna compliment someone, compliment them from your core, the core that is just like, happy. And now I'm telling you how you should compliment other people. Get like, Anyway, so neon colors. I got here because of neon colors. But yeah. Isn't it funny how the brain works? Like, you just go talking about yarn and you talk about neon colors because, you know, didn't used to quite like them. Well, when I was a teenager, probably because my eyes were a tad better back then. But so that brings you to an otherwise really nice neon pink hoodie that a girl was wearing. Because I remember the hoodie. I remember this guy from last week who was, you know, wearing the 90s inspired clothing. Brain. It's really funny how the brain works. But anyway, this yarn, with all this like fluffy bits and like, oh, you got dark. I think you can see a little bit now. Like this fluffy, not quite fluffy, but like, yes, it does have fluffy. But like this orange bits, it's like strings or something. And I can't remember whether this is a 4mm or 5mm like thread. I think it is. I cannot remember which one I think it is, but anyway, so this I want to be a shawl, and I think I found the pattern for it, and it's actually from Hobby. Yeah, I think the pattern is from Hobby. It is called, I think it's called Color Dream Shawl. Excuse me a moment, I'm gonna check, because I actually have it on my computer screen, but it went black. I almost had it right. It's Dream Color Shawl, and it's from Hobby. So yes, I went on the Hobby website, and yes, I see that they have a spring sale, but I just placed an order with iTunes, and I cannot justify ordering from Hobby as well because I can't justify it. But anyway, I'm gonna link the pattern down below because I think it looks promising. It's a crochet. Breathe. It's a crochet pattern, and it is really simple. And listen, the pattern itself, I have to recommend it because they do have like the written instructions, and it's quite a few pages because they also have pictured instructions, like step-by-step instructions, and that just, thank you, Hobby. So yeah, so I want to make this into that. What does this, you know, this is a bit of a tricky yarn. Like, I would not want to frock this yarn. That would be a nightmare. Like, it has this wonderful fuzz, and you know fuzzy yarn is just, it does not like to be frocked. So I'm actually thinking about starting with this yarn, also from Ice Yarns, and it's the Cakes Cotton Fine. So this has also been sitting in another basket right by my bed because I've been trying to decide what I want to make with this yarn. So it's very different from the mohair yarn. You know, it's cotton, but it's these, can I count? It's 4 threads, and they're just, you know, loosely held together. Like, this is you know, a bit of a different piece from the other one. But I want to start with this one, making the Dream Color Shawl, because I think that would look really nice. You know, this yarn, it is from Ice Yarns, and like most other cake of their other cake yarn, got there. There's 2 in the packet, and so I have 2 of these cakes in this color, and I'm a little excited about starting because I like shawls, and I've made quite a few like crochet shawls from an old pattern that I still need to share it with you because it is super simple. And then I want to make more of that pattern, because I still have quite a few of my ice yarns Fantasia, which I have not been able to find on ice yarns again. So I'm really concerned that they've discontinued it. So that makes me sad because Fantasia is just such a good yarn. It's wool and acrylic blend, so you have the softness and the warmth of the wool, but none of the like the harshness of it, like the stinginess, like the woolliness. And you have the strength and the like softness that the acrylic brings in. So it's such a good blend, and you know, my favorite. But you know, if it's discontinued, then it's discontinued. Nothing that I can do about it. But I do have quite a few summer in storage, and I need to find it. I need to go over my yarn stash again and reshuffle it and reorganize it, because I'm in a shawl mood right now, but I don't have the yarn that I want to be making shawls out of, so I need to make it available to myself. So now I'm making like these, what's the word I want to use? Like, I'm planning how to tackle my collection and how to organize it, because I have so much yarn and there's more yarn on the way, and I want to feel embarrassed about it, because I feel that I should be, but I'm not. I'm really excited about cutting my yarn because I want to see it, I want to touch it, I want to squish it, I want to squeeze it. Because there's quite a few yarns there that I'm just so excited about. Like, there's this nice like white based fluffy yarn that's from their sale winter page, and it like has this subtle colors, like kind of rainbowish according to the picture, to it, and it looks fluffy and nice, and I'm really excited about it. And there's also like cake yarns, like I can't remember what those ones are called, but I think they have it's a mohair blend, I'm pretty certain. And one is like, I took two colors from the same sort, and one is blue based and looks really pretty. The other is neon, like neon red, and I'm really excited about that one because I saw it like just on the webpage, and I'm like, I want shawl out of that. I'm shawl obsessed, like, just shawls are nice. Shawls just bring me joy, but they are cursed as well, because when I'm working on this shawl, I want more yarn. I want more yarn, and I want more shawls. Just, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But yes, so I am making plans about making more shawls. I am working on a shawl, and I placed an order with ice yarns. So yeah, that's me this weekend. We'll see if my order will arrive in the week, and then I can make another whole video and share it with you. Dog's still barking, but hey, that's whatever. This is my outro. So yeah, this has been me this weekend. I'll see you next week, maybe with more yarn. We'll see. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye bye.